Hey guys, it's Saturday and I'm here with Queens of the Week. And this is a get to know you summer tag. And the topic I chose is actually my week to pick. And I wanted to get to know some of the new girls here at Queens of the Week. So I got a get to know you tag. And the topic is love. Do you want to talk about love? Let's talk about it. The first question is, when was the last time someone declared their love for you? That's something I get a lot of. On Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. In fact, I got a text message saying I love you on the way home from work. So that was nice. But the last time somebody declared their love for me in real life, like, well, I don't know. Sometimes maybe they are serious and they do mean it. But like romantical love, it's been a minute. What would be your ideal date? What would you do? Where would you go? Alright, typically for me, the ideal date is not dinner and a movie. An ideal date for me is something that involves creativity and would involve something getting to know each other. Like, the perfect date to me would be an all-day gig. Start off at the beach or a pool party or something outdoorsy, and then move to an evening thing, maybe a ceramics class or painting class or a cooking class or something that involves creativity, and then maybe drinks and something else somewhere else. I like to see many sides of a person, because when you're on a date with somebody, you want to see if you're compatible with them, and going to a bar isn't really seeing if you're compatible. It's not seeing multiple sides of them. And of course, changing atmosphere and surroundings and tapping from the left side to the right side of your brain would actually get to see if you are compatible and get to know somebody a lot more than just sitting at a bar and or a restaurant and going to a movie and sitting side by side in the dark theater. Granted, I love the movies and I go on almost every night off because I really love them. What is the best time of year to have a boyfriend? To me, the best time to have a boyfriend is not Valentine's Day. It's not Christmas. To me, the best time of the year to have a boyfriend is Halloween. Because I love haunted houses, and what better to go through a haunted house holding somebody's hand, or, you know, cuddling up to them on a hayride, or, I don't know, I just love Halloween, and I love being in love at Halloween. Maybe it sounds creepy, but what better to go to a haunted house with somebody you care about? And the scary movies. I love scary movies. So yeah, Halloween would be the best time to have a boyfriend for me. What is more important, a cute boyfriend or a smart boyfriend? Now, when I was young and naive, I kind of thought about boyfriends as trophies. I had to have a boyfriend so that people would think that I was, you know, wanted. I put my security and my emotional well-being in the fact that I had a boyfriend, but of course he had to be gorgeous. Now, after dating a lot of modelly, gorgeous, strippery, porn starry boyfriends, I no longer like attractive men. I'm definitely more attractive to the nerds. I love smart guys. I would rather spend the rest of my life with somebody that could intellectually stimulate me than eye candy, because in time, eye candy is going to fade. And I don't care about looks. I really am attracted to personality, and the ability to stimulate me emotionally and mentally is much more important. Would you rather raise a family in the city or the country? That's a good question. I thought about it myself. Because I grew up in the country on a farm and I frickin' hated it. My nearest neighbor was a mile down the road. Hated it. Really, 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 really hated it. And my dream house would be in the penthouse or in a big high rise. You know, with the elevator that goes to your apartment type of gig. That's really what I want to live in. But if I were to settle down with a husband and have a bunch of kids, I kind of think that I would probably raise them in the country. If I had the choice, of course. Obviously, in the country, they might not have that many drag jobs, so I might have to do something else with my life. But there's lots of reasons I would raise my kids in the country. Even though I hated it, raising your kids in a sterile environment weakens their immune system. So I would definitely raise my kids around cow shit and things like that to make them, because I grew up on a farm, scooping poop and shit like that. So I'm never sick. In fact, I got sick once, like 5 years ago, and I ran and got HIV tested because I thought my immune system was down. Like, it's something that never happens to me. What is the first thing I notice in a guy? Well, obviously the first thing I notice is his height. Is he tall? I've dated lots of guys that are short, but initially I'm attracted to a guy that's tall. I don't know why, I just really am attracted to tall guys. Then I noticed their smile and their teeth and their eyes. And then I think that would be the first thing. Have you ever been lovesick? If so, how? Yes, I think the first time I ever fall infatuation with a guy, I'm automatically sick. Not like pukey sick, but I can't sleep. I can't stop thinking about him. Is he thinking about me? Why hasn't he called me in 20 minutes? Why isn't he texting me in an hour? I definitely get lovesick over guys. I'm totally a girl when it comes to that. I can't help it. It's something that hardcore happens. What turns you off? Rudeness. If I'm on a date with somebody and they're rude and are mean to the waiter, for example, big turn off. Body odor is also a turn off. If you don't know how to wear deodorant or cologne or take care of yourself if you're not clean, that really is a turn off as well, because I'm very oral and I love to make out, and if you're not a clean person, not going to be good. What turns you on? Turn on is loving sweet guys. I like gentlemen. And my biggest turn on in bed would be passion. I love passionate guys. Mild to wild, I guess would be a good way to describe that. I hate a guy that's just gonna lay there and expect you to do all the work. Like, really? What has your longest relationship ever been? I was with a guy, the longest was 3 years. What is the sexiest thing someone could do for you? Right now, my biggest thing is I freaking love cruises. Like, I've only been on one. It was with the Allen check. Of course, that might have really affected it because it was like a family atmosphere where it wasn't like I was on a boat with a bunch of random strangers. But it's my new favorite way to travel. You don't have to spend money on cabs. You don't have to do all this. I actually have a Misty minute about that. But, of why I like them. But if he were to surprise me with a cruise, even if it was like a 3-day cruise somewhere, I think that would be amazing. That, and of course the random get woken up with, you know, surprises. Are you a lover or a fighter? I'm definitely a lover. I don't like fighting. I'll do almost anything I can to avoid confrontation. But I do know as an adult that sometimes you can't avoid it. When the shit hits the fan, you've got to deal with it. Are you a jealous lover? No. I can honestly tell you that I'm not jealous. If I'm in a relationship, I trust my partner, otherwise I wouldn't be in a relationship with them. That's something that I had to learn with maturity. I've definitely been in relationships where I was like, ugh. But no matter what, until I'm secure in a relationship, if it's brand new, if I'm just talking to a boy, like I'm weird. Like when I'm talking to someone, I don't tell anybody. I don't want people to know that I'm talking to them. Gays are notorious for wanting what somebody else has. And the second I tell somebody I'm talking to them, I don't want them to try to swoop up and take them away. Like, oh, you're right, he is attractive. Or you're right, he does have something special. I want him too. Like, no, bitch. I don't announce to people that I'm in a relationship until I'm in a relationship. And it's in that talking to phase that I can be a little bit jealous, but I have no right to be jealous, so I would never tell them I'm jealous because we're not official. But I'm definitely more observant to where I'm like, who's he talking to? What's he doing? You know, but I think that also comes with evaluating. Do I really want to spend the time and energy on this person? Are they worth me investing? But no, general, I'm definitely not jealous. But again, if I'm in a committed relationship, I don't want them to be jealous of me either because professionally, I have to flirt with everybody. I mean, that's part of my job. So don't think that just because I'm flirting with somebody at work, it means I'm going to take them home, because that's not the case either. Do you like kissing in public? Absolutely. Not when I'm at work. I don't like making out with guys when I have lipstick on. But if we're at, you know, the Disney World and we're on a roller coaster, give me a kiss. It's okay. Or if we're, you know, in a haunted house, of course. Like, I'm not at a restaurant and something happens and you just, duh. Yeah. I'm definitely all about making out. I definitely don't. I'm hardcore fan of PDA. But that does mean when somebody, if we are at the level of get a room, that's too much. I mean, I'm not like a dirty, nasty, filthy whore in public. Do you ever see yourself married? Absolutely. I see myself married with kids, and yeah, totally. next question. Do you see yourself with kids? Yes. And if so, how do you ideally get these kids? I think it would be cute if me and my husband were to mix our sperm together and have a surrogate mother, so we don't know whose kids is whose until, of course, they're older and went, oh, he definitely looks like you, or he definitely looks like me. But you have, you know, fate's decision or destiny to, like, pick for you. That way you're not like, oh, your sperm or my sperm or whatever. Is there someone mad that you're talking or dating the person you are? No. I'm not dating anybody. I'm not talking to anybody. But in the past, absolutely. Usually, the second I start dating or talking to someone, I find out in the woodwork that people get very jealous. That A, they like them, or B, they liked me. I had a guy once, I was working at Cheesecake Factory in Aventura Mall, and I started dating a stripper at the boardwalk, and I was hardcore crazy about him. And this guy at my job came up to me all mad, and I was showing pictures of us at the beach or whatever. I was like, oh my God, this is my new boyfriend. And he's like, Saturday comes before Sunday. He was all mad. And he was Latino. I don't know. I guess it's a famous saying over there. And I'm like, what? He goes, Saturday comes before Sunday. And I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, I was here first. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know you liked me like that. So, but yeah. Whatever. When was the last time you cried? Has a boy ever made you? Oh no, the last time I really cried was Mother's Day. There was a commercial. It was for Mother's Day, and it just made me miss my mom a lot. I'm the oldest of 7 kids, and my mom was always pregnant, and I remember helping her raise the babies. Anyways, there was this little girl listening to her mom's belly. I'm not going to tell you the whole commercial. I'm going to put a link to it here if I can find it. But the commercial made me cry, and it made me miss my mom a lot because I helped my mom raise my siblings. And it's about a little girl talking to the pregnant mom and the baby inside. And it just really touched me. And I actually really cried for like maybe 20 minutes. Scary. And has a boy ever made me cry? Yeah, my last serious relationship, I cried all the fucking time. He was very emotionally abusive and crazy. And we fought every day. I found out later that he was bipolar, and it was just a side effect of his illness, I guess. He fought. Even when he knew he was wrong, he just had to fight. You know, whatever. Are you friends or enemies with your exes? The exes that were abusive physically or emotionally, I am not friends with at all. But the ones that I was not emotionally or physically abused by, absolutely. There's one ex that would be the one that got away if I had one that got away, and I broke up with him because he cheated on me, and I'm still very good friends with him. I would never date him again, but I am friends with him. Do you have a dating tactic? I have no idea what I was thinking when I wrote that question. No. I guess my tactic would be, I like to be chased, I guess is the question. Not stalked, but a guy has to prove that he's really interested for me to like be interested back, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking. Are you capable of committing to a person? Absolutely. Even when I've dated females, I was monogamous and exclusive to them. Even though I've dated females knowing that I was gay, but wanting to be straight, I was fully committed to them. Even in my last relationship, which was practically sexless the entire time, and that was over 2 years, and I never cheated on him, even though I should have. Do you believe in monogamy? Yes, I do. I definitely believe in monogamy, but I also know as an adult, and I'm starting to meet a lot more people that are in open relationships, and I'm kind of understanding them. I guess if my partner wanted an open relationship, I would be open to the idea. I guess it depends on the guy, but I do believe in monogamy, yes. Have you ever been attracted to a friend? Duh! How do you think people become friends? Except for friends that you become with coworkers, or friends that you have something in common, like you're both in choir and you spend a lot of time together. That's different. But if you just randomly meet people, duh, the only way you become friends is because somebody was attracted to the other. Absolutely. I'm attracted to a lot of my friends. I would even if some of my friends today asked me to be their boyfriend, I definitely would date a lot of my friends. If your first true love were to knock on your door with an apology and presents, would you accept it? It would have to be if I believe the apology or not, and if the person completely changed. I do believe in second chances. I do believe in forgiveness. Maybe. I wouldn't slam the door in his face, let's put it that way. How long do you date someone before you change your Facebook status and tell everyone? A long time. As a public person especially, I need to know. Let me just put it this way. It's a pet peeve of mine. People that run up to me every other week and say, this is my new husband, this is my new husband, this is my new husband. I'm like, girl, just because you're dating for 2 days doesn't mean you're married. Like, I don't put my security in my relationship status. I don't need to be in a relationship to be of worth. I'm completely fine being single and gorgeous. But I'm definitely with somebody for a while through the rocky stages, let's put it that way, and maybe a couple months before I'm like, yeah, this is really working and I really like you, and that's when it would change and I'd start to tell people. But by then my true friends will kind of already know because they'll see us spending a lot of time together, and it'll be obvious, but publicly it would be a while. How long do you date someone before you introduce them to your friends? Not quite as long as I would to change my Facebook status, but it would be a minute, because when I'm dating somebody intimately, I don't want them, let's put it this way, I have a very full and active life. And to push them into my friend circle and it'd be overwhelming. I was talking to somebody recently, and I met a lot of his friends, but I didn't even expose him to my friends, a lot of my friends, unless they happened to be around wherever we were, because I didn't want to overwhelm him. I guess it's just a lot. You know, it's like, but it's also with my Facebook status. Like, hi everyone, I'm talking to this guy, and I don't need to explain to it, and then what if it doesn't work out? It's just easier for me to not introduce them to everybody. I have a lot of friends. Have you ever liked someone that your friends hated, and now do you trust your friends? Yes, I have. I've dated guys that my friends detested, and they were not afraid to tell me. They're like, when I didn't listen to them and I kept dating the guy, they long term was like, I support you in whatever you do, but we don't approve of him. And at the end of the day, they were right. And I definitely do trust my friends. I think that my friends do have my best interest at heart. Are you usually attracted to guys older than you or younger? My whole life, it was older. Now I'm starting to date the guys that are my same age and or my fake age, which is younger than me. I think a lot of people don't know that I'm my age in real life. And I have talked to someone that is old enough to get into a bar. I don't necessarily see myself in a lifelong committed relationship with somebody that young. I'm definitely, let's put it this way, I'm definitely attracted to maturity and stability. I end up dating the guys with no job, no car, no anything, but I'm attracted to guys that are stable and emotionally secure and well established in their sexuality, and therefore mature. And I'm definitely attracted to older guys. I don't have a daddy complex. I'm very independent and I can take care of myself. In fact, most of the guys I date, I end up taking care of them too. But I do like older guys still. I would date somebody younger than me. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but definitely I like older. If your life were a fairy tale, which would it be? Well, my favorite Disney movie is Ariel and the Little Mermaid. But that wouldn't be the best representation of my life. I guess it would be Beauty and the Beast. But I would be the Beast, trying to get somebody attracted to me and see that I'm not just the Beast. That there's more to me than meets the eye, I guess would be. That would be my life as a fairy tale. Beauty and the Beast. But Ariel's still my favorite. Have you ever seen an ideal couple on TV or a movie? If so, who was it? The couple on The Medium. I loved The Medium with Patricia Arquette, the psychic lady. Her and her husband, again, I'm attracted to nerds, but her husband was the ideal, perfect husband to me. She was freaking crazy and went through shit, and he stood by her no matter what. And that's what I want. I would love to be her in that relationship. You know, the guy that stands by you, doesn't accept everything, doesn't understand everything, but is standing by you nonetheless. I really, really, really like that relationship. Are you a dom or passive in a relationship? I always joke around and say that I'm a pushy bottom. Sexually, I'm more passive. I like aggressive, dominant guys that are not afraid to take what they want. And, you know, I definitely like that. But I could hold my own in a relationship, period. I definitely like the guy to wear the pants in the family, but I'm not afraid to step in at any second and be like, take charge. I think that might be the oldest of 7 kids in me. Like, I'll sit back, but the second I can take care of the situation, I got it. I'm a problem solver. Let's put it that way. And I have no problem carrying my weight of the relationship. But sexually and emotionally, I definitely think I'm more passive. In closing, who makes the first move, you or someone else? That definitely depends on, is it a trick or is it like a date? If it's a date, if I like the person, if I want to spend a lot of quality time with the person, he has to make the first move. Endofstory.com. I might tell him or give him hints or let him know that I'm definitely interested, but he has to make the first move. Again, being a public figure, if I were to make the first move, I think that they would be receptive only because of who I am and not that they want me or to be with me. They're just, okay, whatever. And I don't want that. I want to know that I know you want to be with me. Now, a trick or a hookup is completely different. I'm not afraid. Because, I mean, you're here for one reason. So take your clothes off. You know, like, more, you know. But I've definitely, when I first started hooking up, I was definitely much more passive in that situation. And I've been to houses where we both sat there and talked for 3 hours. And it's like, okay, I gotta go now. You know, nothing happened because nobody made a move. But again, when it's a hookup, why wait? Why stall? You know, let's get this over with. Anyways, that was Misty Eyez with a love, sex, and sex, and get to know you survey. Anyways, that was a Get to Know You Queens of the Week tag video. And if you finish the whole thing, tag, you're it. Now you have to fill it out. Loving you is easy.